Over the last 6 years of building my online business and working as a marketing consultant, I pretty much made every mistake you can think of. But I've also led multi-million-dollar product launches, created lead generation campaigns across the globe, and learned, sometimes painfully so, what it takes to actually build a business that lasts. So in this video, I'm sharing 8 business lessons that I really wish I had learned sooner. Lessons that would have saved me time, energy, and probably a few breakdowns. And if I'm being honest, this is advice that I still have to remind myself of, because in an online world that is so fast-paced, it's so easy to forget what actually matters. Let's dive in. Number 1 is the power of capturing email addresses. Years ago, I had a podcast guesting agency and I was hustling hard. I got the majority of my clients through cold outreach on LinkedIn. I'd spend hours crafting personalized messages, following up, and hoping that someone would reply. And here's the embarrassing part. I never even considered building an email list or having lead magnets. They weren't even on my radar until I witnessed something that blew my mind. I was working on a consulting project for a product launch, and I witnessed how this company generated multiple $1 million within a few days from one simple email sequence. I remember thinking, wait, this is it? Just emails? I had to see it with my own eyes in order to believe it. If you compare all the platforms like Instagram, YouTube, LinkedIn, affiliate partnerships, nothing comes close to the money you can generate with an email list. Seeing these real-time sales numbers climbing every time when an email gets sent out is like watching magic happen. Since building my own email ecosystem, everything changed. I can make an offer, send it out, and watch as people buy without chasing or convincing. So if you take nothing else from this video, start capturing email addresses today. Lesson number 2 came from one of the most toxic situations I've ever experienced. A few years ago, I was working as a marketing consultant for a global company, and I was closely collaborating with the European sales team. I loved the team, I loved the work, everything was perfect until it wasn't. A new VP of marketing joined, and over the period of 3 months, everything changed. She created Slack channels without me and spread things about me that weren't true. And the situation became increasingly toxic. I still remember the pit in my stomach when a colleague secretly forwarded me a screenshot of a conversation that I wasn't meant to see. There I was, sitting in my apartment and watching as my reputation and my income were systematically dismantled. And here's what really scared me. I had put all of my eggs in one basket. No backup plan and no alternative revenue streams. I had no leverage and I was completely at her mercy. That experience taught me something that I will never forget. The more dependent you are on one single source of income, the more vulnerable you become. Today, my business looks completely different. I can create a new offer, send it to my email list, and generate income. I have YouTube as an income source, digital products, and coaching clients, all independent of a single client or platform. That's the power of true leverage. It's not just about making more money. It's about having the freedom to say no to opportunities that don't align with your values. Because when you're never operating from scarcity again, you get to choose your life instead of having life choose you. Lesson number 3 might sound crazy, but hear me out. Get on video earlier than you think you should. I'm serious. If I could go back 6 years and give myself one piece of advice, it would be very simple. Start creating long-form video content immediately. I spent years hiding in the background because I thought that I didn't have anything valuable to say. I worried about finding the perfect niche, the perfect setup, the perfect message. Looking back, that was my biggest mistake. Video allows you to build know, like, and trust at scale in a way like nothing else can. It connects you with people globally and opens doors you can't even imagine. Digital product sales, high-ticket programs, affiliate revenue, speaking opportunities, it all comes from video. Now let me be brutally honest about my first video. It was terrible. It took me over 40 hours to make, and my friends told me that I came across completely unnatural. I spent hours on script writing, horrible takes, and editing. But here's what then changed for me. A friend asked me the question, what's a problem that you solved in the past successfully? And that became my next video. And it was way better because it was so easy for me to talk about this. And that's the video about the steps that I took to build my career. And while the process was still painful, I started growing. I became better on camera. I became more aware of how to express myself. And now I convert viewers into clients much more easily. Most of the time, if you use video, people already know that they want to work with you before you even get on a sales call. And don't wait until you feel ready, because you never will. The growth happens in the doing and not in the planning. Lesson number 4 exposed my biggest vanity metric mistake, and that is stop chasing views and chase the right audience. Early in my YouTube journey, I was obsessed with view counts. I'd celebrate videos hitting 15,000 views while ignoring how aligned these views were with my ideal client. I wish that I'd understood this sooner, that highly targeted videos with fewer views make often way more money than broad videos with massive reach. And if you think about it, it makes complete sense. Think about your own behavior when you're ready to buy something expensive. You don't watch general entertainment videos. You search for specific answers to specific questions. And that's exactly what your ideal clients are doing too. It's like selling premium coffee machines. Would you rather advertise to 100,000 random people or 1,000 coffee enthusiasts that are actively searching for an upgrade? The math is obvious when you frame it this way. The most successful business owners that I know aren't chasing views. They're creating content specifically designed for their ideal clients. Their videos might reach fewer people, but they convert at a much higher rate. And at the end of the day, conversions pay the bills, not views. This principle connects directly to the first one about email marketing. It's not about reaching everyone. It's about reaching the right people who will actually take action. Lesson number 5 almost made me quit YouTube forever. And that is, don't chase shiny objects and commit to mastery. 4 months into my YouTube journey, I received 2 different offers from startups to join as a product marketeer with equity. The opportunities seemed exciting. New challenges, big potential upside. I remember walking around in my neighborhood and weighing these opportunities against my YouTube channel. And I almost said yes. I almost walked away from something that would become the entire foundation of my business. Looking back now, saying yes would have been a huge mistake. The consistency of staying focused on one path of building my own brand and business has created exponentially more value than either of these opportunities could have offered. And here's what I learned. Every time you chase a new shiny object, you reset the clock on mastery. You go back to day 1 and you lose all the momentum that you've built. It's like planting a garden and then digging everything up after a month because you haven't seen the results yet. We all get tempted by exciting opportunities. By now, I developed a filter that helps me distinguish between real opportunities and distractions in disguise. Most of what feels urgent and exciting in the moment is actually pulling you away from the consistent action that leads to true success. The real magic happens when you commit to one platform, one core offer, and one audience, and you give it enough time to flourish. Mastery isn't about finding the perfect opportunity, but it's about becoming perfect about the opportunity that you've already found. Lesson number 6 saved me from content creation hell, and that is systems create freedom. When I started my content journey, I made a fundamental mistake that was costing me hours every week. I treated each video as a separate project, and I was scrambling constantly from one to the next without an overarching plan. My process was pure chaos. I would panic about what to create, then write a script, set up, record it, publish it, and then the cycle would start all over again. It was not very sustainable, and content started consuming all of my time and energy. And then came the breakthrough that changed everything for me. I stopped thinking about individual videos and started building systems. I began planning and recording 2 to 3 videos in batches. And this simple shift transformed my business. Batch recording eliminated hours of setup time, and it also created a buffer in my content calendar when life got busy. I created templates for my most effective video formats, and each was with a proven structure that I could adapt to any topic. And this saved me even more time and gave me the opportunity to produce higher quality. And then I also had more time to think about where the business was heading instead of constantly feeding the content machine. Without systems, content creation will inevitably become your prison, and with the right system, it becomes your greatest asset. Lesson number 7 came from a trap that I fell into a few months ago. I was trying to be everywhere at once. YouTube, Instagram, email, LinkedIn. I was creating content for all of them simultaneously. But it's better to master one platform before expanding. Even with AI, writing these long-form video scripts, these short-form ones, and all of these posts can quickly become overwhelming. During this period, I felt constantly behind. And then I had a conversation with a friend and she asked me, do you actually want to be everywhere? And the answer was like, no, I actually just need to commit to one and be consistent. Then I made the decision to focus fully on YouTube for 1 year before expanding to another platform. This focused approach allowed me to understand the platform better and create higher quality content while also optimizing my funnels. Within 2 months of this focused approach, my channel doubled and I grew my email list to 2,000 subscribers. Being unforgettable on one platform is infinitely more valuable than being forgettable on many. It's best to master one platform and one offer before expanding to the other ones. Your sanity and your results will thank you for it. Lesson number 8, address the lie that's probably frustrating you right now. And that's play the long game. Do you ever scroll through social media and you feel like everyone else is blowing up overnight? Like they appeared from nowhere, instantly built massive audiences and started making easy money while you're still figuring things out. The internet is incredibly effective at creating this illusion. Those perfectly edited reels and carefully crafted success stories can make you feel like everyone else somehow found some secret shortcut, but you missed it. But here's the truth that I learned after years of being in this space. This overnight success story happens to absolutely nobody. What actually happens behind the scenes is far less glamorous. People spend years working consistently and making countless mistakes and pivoting multiple times and generally stumbling their way forward. They are building systems, refining their message and slowly growing their audience while nobody's watching. Then 5, 10, sometimes 15 years later, they finally figured out enough that suddenly everything clicks into place. That's when you see what appears to be a sudden explosion of success. But it's actually not sudden at all. It's the compound interest of the consistent effort over years. I remember feeling so discouraged early in my journey, and I was wondering why growth seemed to be so slow. And what I didn't realize was that I was comparing my beginning to someone else's middle or end. So let me give you the permission that I wish someone else had given me. Play the long game. You have longer than you think to crack this. The people who ultimately win aren't the ones who find some magic shortcut. They're the ones who stay in the game long enough for compound interest to work its magic and build systems that you can sustain for years and not weeks. And most importantly, measure your progress against where you were yesterday, not against someone else's highlight reel. The path to building a freedom-based business isn't a sprint, it's a marathon, and the path is worth every step. Before you go, I created something that will help you implement everything that I talked about today. It's the Content Creation Prompt Playbook. It contains all of my templates that I use to create weeks of high-converting content in just a few hours. It's the same system that helped me generate over 700 leads from one video. And if you want to see these principles in action, then be sure to check out this video next. I break down my entire content funnel system step by step. You'll see exactly how I turn viewers into customers using the strategies that we discussed today. Thanks so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.